will be Tuya Bliss. She's been working on her public speaking and leadership skills ever since she joined Toastmasters. Planning is the one thing that she finds tough to tackle. And today, with the help of Toastmasters High Performance Leadership Project, she is able to pull it off. Today, she will share her footsteps for planning strategy. Her speech title is My Planning Footsteps for Career Grade 8.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Have you heard about HPL? It's High Performance Leadership Project. If you haven't, don't hurry. It's one of the biggest and toughest challenging project at the Toastmasters Pathways program. A while ago, I started teaching community cultural classes at the community center, and from there I was connected with many parents in the community. When I say community, I mean Mongolian community where I belong to. And one of the questions that came up was, Tuya, where do you work? And I say, I work at SFO, and I'm so proud where I work here, right? And everyone's like, wow, how did you get a job? How do I get a job in the Air Force? And so I realized that it is tough to get a job, especially when you're an immigrant, when you don't have all of the necessities, documents and stuff you have. So I thought that I have to give them some exposure and guidance and bring people together to this place. Therefore, I was thinking this for years, but I didn't have the courage to pull it off. When I attended SFO Expo in May, I was mesmerized by our executive leadership's career conversations. How did they start their journey at the SFO, right? Some of them said started as a draftsperson. Some of them said, like Jeff Littlefield shared his journey of the career was starting as custodian, and that was amazing to hear. And I felt like I was so engaged with that, meaning I started my career as a custodian back in Mongolia. So it resonated with me, and then I felt like everyone is really human, then they've been just this super high achieving people. Therefore, I was like, how do I get these community people to come to the SFO and start from custodial services? And then next thing, I attended Kyle's and Charles's classes at the expo, and I was like drawn to what they taught to us. It's about career pathways and how you can improve or what you can look into. There's so much opportunities for everyone to grow, and then that was blown my mind away. And then the last thing, the light bulb came up in my mind was like, again, how do I tie this two together, the SFO community to Mongolian community? And I went back to my community, talked to the parents who asked those questions. I reached out to them and I asked, hey, if I host a career day, would you join? And she said, oh, for sure. And not only me, I asked my friends to come in. And then so the words spread out faster than fire. And next thing I had like 50 people enlisted behind the scene, yet I didn't have any plan to pull. Therefore, I went back to Toastmasters High Performance Leadership Project. I pulled it out, and then here's what I started planning. So I started the project plan, and then my purpose is to host a career day for high school and college kids from the Mongolian community, and my resources will be my section, my current mechanical engineering section, in coordination with talent mobility team, people performance team, and human resource team, and as well as architecture and project management team members. And then I didn't have any budget planned. But what we're going to deliver in this career day event is some presentation, right? A stakeholder. Stakeholder is like us, the professionals, and the people performance division team, people who are the brain behind the scene. And then show and tell our own experiences, what we do exactly. And then also show them, not necessarily like show and tell and, be fancy with it, but also down to the earth. How do I apply for the job? Where to go and who to meet, and where's this place at? So with that in mind, I also planned for a tour. And there are many milestones. First thing first was, community request came to me, and then I attended to the expo in the light bulb moment, and then checked in with my manager, just because I just don't want to run this show by myself. I want to check in with my boss and ask his blessing, right? And he also asked his manager, and then his manager asked his manager about, etc. So laterally, it actually escalated above to the upper management. And then I recruited some of the members in the section, and we set up agendas, we set up planning, tackling how to set this more of open for everyone, and then set the date. Behind the scene, I also planned for RSVP registration forms and send out coordinated with everyone. Well, what I was hoping to do was inspire and empower people, especially youngsters, the high school students, college students, and their parents, how to apply to SFO jobs. Because our slogan here is being extraordinary, right? This is the one message that goes side by side to the quote that I like. The Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So if I want to help and change my community, then I need to be the guiding, the bridging person. And I had many, many moments of fear and doubt in myself, just because I didn't know how I was going to turn it out, and how many people really actually going to show up, and how am I going to handle the parkings, and how do I move the people from here to there, etc. And not only that, I also had some self-confidence doubts too, and I was having crash time the day before. But also, just because we had one conference room cancellation, and that crushed me emotionally, physically, literally, but I overcome that, and I rescheduled it, able to reschedule it on that conference room. And then also there were some people coming in and out of the team, just because some people get sick, some people have conflicting meetings and their own commitments, so therefore they couldn't attend the planning team meetings. And so I had some shortage of staff, and I had some tough times. But planning is all about, visioning. At the end, what you want to see, right? So my huge, the main vision that I envisioned was to bring in these high school students and their families to our professional environment and guide them to the internship and or any other career opportunities. And what we're going to do is do some introductory presentations, starting as what is career anyway, right? And give career guidance. In that sense, Kyle did an excellent job. He was one of our presenters, and he did guide them, gave them little tips and tricks, and connected them, engaged everyone, and had people to ask questions and play with and play along. At the end, we had some outcomes of the event, but that's not today's subject. It is the planning stage that I'm going to talk today. And planning takes really heart and mind, soul, and basically mindfulness as well, just because it's planning not only for your community, the Mongolian community, but also the SFO community. Think about future jobs, colleagues, right? You want to bring in the best of the best to the community, just because we are one family after all. And I wanted to share our outcomes of this Career Day event in my second speech. Thank you. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Tuya. That was a great speech on your journey throughout your growth at SFO.